Across Africa, drums are more than music. They speak. They call. They unite. But in one village, there was a drum unlike any other. A drum that spoke the truth, whether people wanted to hear it or not. Tonight, I'll share the tale of how that drum tested a greedy king, a humble drummer, and an entire kingdom. In a village shaded by tall baobab trees and golden fields of millet, lived an old drummer named Kofi. He was poor, but respected, for his drum was ancient and sacred. It had been passed down through generations, carved from Iroko wood and stretched with the hide of a lion. Every evening, Kofi sat under the moonlight, beating gentle rhythms. The villagers swore that when he played, the stars twinkled brighter and even the river flowed softer. But what made this drum extraordinary was its voice. When struck with truth in the drummer's heart, the drum spoke words. One market day, two brothers quarreled over stolen yams. Each claimed innocence. The elders were divided. Finally, they turned to Kofi. "Play the drum," they said. Kofi's wrinkled hands tapped the skin. Boom, boom, boom. And the drum spoke. The younger brother hides the yams beneath the old mango tree. Gasps filled the air. They ran to the tree and indeed, the stolen yams were there. From that day, the people trusted the drum to settle disputes and reveal hidden truths. Far away in the palace, word reached the king. He was a man of wealth, but greed gnawed at his heart. Though his granaries overflowed, he hoarded food while the villagers struggled. When he heard of the drum, he licked his lips with desire. If this drum can reveal truths, he thought, then I will use it to control my people, to uncover plots against me and crush my enemies before they rise. So he summoned Kofi to the palace. Kofi, humble and barefoot, entered the great hall. The king, seated on a golden stool, demanded, "Old man, play your drum for me. I wish to hear its truth." Kofi nodded. He placed the drum before him and struck it gently. Boom, boom, boom. The drum thundered in the silent hall. This king feasts while his people starve. His storerooms are filled, yet children cry with hunger. The courtiers gasped. The people outside whispered. The king's face twisted with shame and then with rage. "Seize the drum," he roared. The guards snatched the drum and dragged Kofi out. The king locked the drum deep inside the palace vault. But when his ministers tried to play it, the drum was silent. No matter how hard they beat it, not a single word came forth. Only Kofi's hands awakened its voice, the ministers murmured. The king, furious, cast Kofi into exile and forbade anyone from speaking of the drum again. Time passed. Without the drum, lies spread like wildfire. Greedy chiefs cheated the poor. Neighbors accused one another falsely. Friends betrayed friends. The people began to whisper, if only the drum were here, justice would return. But in the palace, the king grew fat and proud. He believed he had silenced truth forever. Yet truth, like the wind, cannot be chained. One night, a storm swept through the land. Thunder roared. Lightning split the sky. Deep in the palace vault, the forgotten drum began to rumble on its own. Boom, boom, boom. Its voice echoed through the storm. The king's greed has cursed the land. The rivers will dry, the fields will wither, until truth returns. The people awoke in terror. They gathered at the palace gates, demanding to hear the drum. The king trembled, for even locked away, the truth had found its voice. Fearing revolt, the king brought Kofi back. With shaking hands, Kofi struck the drum. Boom, boom, boom. It spoke. A kingdom stands only when truth walks with it. Without justice, no throne can last. The people cheered. The king fell to his knees, ashamed. He opened his granaries and shared food with the starving. From that day, he ruled more wisely, always listening when the drum spoke. And so, the drum of truth became a guide not only for the king but for the whole kingdom. The people learned that lies may glitter for a moment, but truth beats forever, steady as a drum. This is the story of Kofi and the drum that spoke, a reminder that power without honesty crumbles, but a community built on truth will stand as tall as the baobab tree.